Aloha, I'm Sabrina with the Begin Being, and in this video we're going to be talking about the 6th key to move to the 5D reality and master manifesting. So the 6th key is going to be focus. Now, if you haven't seen keys 1 through 5, that's all good. You can watch this video till the end and then check the description below and you can go back and watch the other videos. But in this video, we're going to be talking about focus and being able to stay focused. So last video we talked about, or the couple videos ago, we talked about taking action. And then the last video we talked about was visualization. So one of the things we talked about during taking action was to take deliberate action each and every day. And that links into being able to stay focused. So I kind of talked a little bit in that video about the example of, like, say you used to be really unhealthy and like physically unhealthy and you're wanting to get more physically healthy. So if you used to be really unhealthy, maybe you like drank soda and you went to McDonald's or like fast food, stuff like that. And now you want to be a person that eats healthy and you want to change that part of yourself. Well, here's the thing. If you don't stay focused, then what can happen is you fall back into your old patterns. You fall back into like, oh, well, I really just love the taste of that, or that soda is just so yummy to me. And you kind of if you lose focus, you kind of fall back into that old pattern where you're just like, well, I'm just gonna buy a soda for today. And if you continue to lose focus, then you're like, okay, well, I had a soda yesterday, so my week's already ruined. I might as well have another soda. And then it becomes like a rolling snowball of all of a sudden you realize you're drinking sodas again, you're eating fast food again, and you're not feeling so well because now your body doesn't have the nutrition that it needs. And since you're not really feeling all that well, then maybe you don't want to get up and exercise in the morning. And well, you didn't exercise yesterday, so your week is ruined. You get the point. So staying focused is a key for a couple of very important reasons. One of the videos that I made that kind of like sparked this whole video series was I made a video on how to know if you're like in the 3D reality or if you're transitioning or already are in the new earth 5D reality. And in that video, I talk about how it's just kind of like two different frequencies. And one of the things that is written about, like Bashar and a bunch of other people in the esoteric community talk about it, but it's kind of like this concept that right now, it's almost like the metaphor for it. It's almost as if like we're on two different trains, and one train is going over here into 3D reality, and another train is going over here into the new earth 5D reality. And what's happening right now is that we can kind of like, the trains are kind of like parallel, and we can kind of see like through the windows and stuff, we can see the other people on the other side, and we can actually jump from one train to the next. So from a 5D reality perspective, staying focused, staying in the newer, higher vibration energy is extremely important, because right now, like I said, you can jump back and forth between the two trains. However, right now, even though it looks like they're parallel, it is kind of like ever so slightly doing this. And eventually at some point, they're going to be completely, like, you're not really even going to see each other anymore. So by staying focused, you're staying in that higher vibration, that like love frequency, versus staying in the vibration, like a lower vibration of like negative emotions, like anger, sadness, fear. Like you're stuck in those particular emotions. If you notice, whether it's conspiracy theory or not, who knows? We do, but who knows? So whether or not you believe in any kind of conspiracy theories, the fact is the news is constantly reporting on the negative. They're not reporting on the positive. So for whatever reason, there's some sort of agenda, obviously, about keeping people in that particular 3D type reality. So one of the things that I mentioned in the like ways to tell if you're in the 3D or the 5D reality, if you're you're making the shift or not, is one of the ways to tell is that you choose love. And what that means is that on your, like, as you go about your daily life and everything, you're choosing love. And so just to kind of like back up a little bit, in our daily lives and moment by moment, we always have a choice. So we have a choice: we can eat the fast food and not be healthy, or we have a choice to like drink water instead of soda. We have a choice to date the person who we think is really not healthy for us, or we have a choice to wait and find the perfect person that's for us. We have a choice to stay in the job that we absolutely hate because we think, oh, it's secure, it's got a good, benefits or whatnot. Or we have a choice to follow our path and to do what we really are here on this planet to do. So we have choices in everything that we do. And one of those choices is to choose love. And that's one of my philosophies. You'll hear me end every single video with it. And the reason why is because that is the higher vibrational frequency. And if we stay focused on that, if we stay focused on choosing love, then we're going to be drawn into the high vibe train, like the new earth, we're vibrating at a higher level type of train, metaphorically speaking, right? Even though trains are cool, so I don't know. So what can happen sometimes is that we lose our focus. So we're over here focused on like the frequency vibration of love, or we're here focused on the new us that we want to be and our goals and our path and everything. And then something happens over here. Maybe like a family member or a friend, or maybe somebody who is like kind of close to you starts drawing you back into the 3D reality. Now, I want to be perfectly clear. I'm in no way saying like, oh my goodness, you can't ever be 3D. That's like so like, oh, icky. Like, just don't do. There's no judgment in the 5D, like the higher vibration reality. There's no judgment for what other people are doing. It's just a simple matter of like, your favorite season is summer and someone else's favorite season is winter. Silly concept, I mean, silly example, but I don't want to say like political parties or something like that because that's too polarizing. But let's just say it's something like that. Now you're concentrating on summer, and summer is like the 3D or 5D like new earth reality, but they're concentrating on winter. And maybe they're like complaining about winter. They're just saying all of these things like, oh, it's so cold, I hate the cold, like I hate this, I hate that, can you believe what this person did, can you believe what that person did? And because you're close to them, you're like, oh man, like yeah, winter is kind of like cold, and oh yeah, that person totally shouldn't have said that. Like, yeah, what were they thinking? You're drawn back into like, I want to say the drama of it, and then you lose focus from over here. So the point is, you want to stay focused on your goals. You want to stay focused on the person that you're wanting to be and do the things that you want to do, the person that you are truly meant to be and the things you're truly meant to be doing, versus staying or getting like pulled back into the us versus them mentality, to the like judgmental, to the negative thinking patterns, like that negative cycle that people sometimes go into. Now, if you happen to be one of the people who do have a lot of negative thinking, then if you haven't already, I highly recommend that you watch key number 2. Because again, I'm not trying to say that this is bad and this is good. I'm not trying to create that duality. But if you're not wanting to be in that energy, that's simply, again, a choice. You're choosing not to be in that energy, not to get involved into like some drama, like some celebrity thing that's going on, or some, political party saying this or saying that, or can you believe this happened with this particular thing that's going on with ex-presidents and whatever else, right? That's being sucked back into that lower vibration thinking. And ultimately, who cares? Let it go. I'll give you a really good example that I have told someone fairly recently. Is that particular ex-president that like people get like drawn back into arguing about, here's the thing. With that person, the number one thing that you could do to bother that person is to completely ignore them. So everyone who's spending all of this energy focused on that, saying all of this stuff about, can you believe this is happening? Just ignore it. Just be like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna focus over here right now. Even honestly, I'm gonna be really, really honest and really real. I feel like cutting that whole thing right now, because even just like talking about that, I feel like I'm kind of being pulled back in that direction. And I'm like, this doesn't feel good. Like I feel like my vibration just changed by even mentioning as much as I just mentioned. And like I said, I'm almost like, maybe I should just cut that out. I don't think I will though, because I think I want to use that as an example of like, that's feeling that I want. That's not my goal. All right, so we've been talking about maintaining our focus and being focused on the stuff that we want versus getting dragged back into maybe old patterns or maybe just like old situations or the old 3D way of thinking in general. Now, what do we do? Like, what are the actions that we need to be taking to be able to maintain our focus and to be able to stay on the 5D train and not get sucked back over to the 3D one? Well, some of you might be a little bit grumpy at this answer, and one of the key things that you can do is to meditate. And for some people, they're going, oh, I've tried meditation, it doesn't work for me, or, you know, it's like I don't have time, or all of these different things. Well, here's the thing. For my company, about 25 or so people work for the Empowerment Inc. company. And with that, I am one of the directors. I'm also a trainer as well. For the office side of it though, I actually do weekly meditations for the team. And we are an extremely busy company, and because we're always trying to, like, we run several events throughout the year, throughout the country and in Canada as well. So, and we're a small company, and, you know, we should probably like hire more people, and at the same time, we're a small family company. So that's not always like, we're not always able to do stuff like that. And so with that, we're pretty much busy, like constantly, which is a wonderful thing because the work that we're doing is empowering other people to be able to do stuff like what I'm talking about in my videos, to be able to be more successful, and whether they know it or not, because some of them are totally woo-woo and some of our students are totally not. So, but whether they know it or not, they're actually on the 5D train. So we're doing amazing work empowering people, and like I said, we're often extremely busy. So what I do is I take some time out of the day to guide the group through a meditation, I do different ones depending upon the week. Now, a lot of them on there, they're highly successful, very busy people. Like myself, you know, I'm a trainer, I'm a director, I'm a YouTuber, like I'm doing a lot of things. And all of those things that I'm doing, it's a part of my path. And so I don't feel like exhausted or anything like that. What I do feel though is sometimes a lack of time. Now, my point in telling you all of this is that when I lead those meditations, it's like the whole group is coming together and we're focusing in on being able to do that meditation, and we're focusing on improving ourselves. Because here's the thing, if we just go busy, conscious mind the whole day, then we're actually not getting as much done. So studies have proved that when you take the time for yourself and that you're able to like relax and you're able to like focus more internally, be able to calm your mind, that then later on you actually are more successful in your daily projects throughout the day. So it's the reason why a lot of like top CEOs and executives and everything, why they have some sort of mindfulness practice. Now, the other thing about having a daily meditation practice is it also helps with the previous step. So it helps with key number 5 as well, which is a visualization practice. So the more you're able to clear your mind, and the more you're able to become just like a clear, empty vessel, then at that point, if source has your source has a message for you, it's able to bring that in. If you're constantly full, it's harder for source to bring you the types of messages that you need to hear in order to maybe be successful in your manifestation. And the other thing about it is, if you're a clear vessel, if you're able to cut everything out, what are you doing? You're focusing. Now, in the last video, I was talking about visualization and about how by visualizing, you're able to accomplish your goal at a deeper level. And many people actually practice visualization to be able to be more successful, as if they're practicing say some of the things were like golf, and so a golfer would actually practice in their head golfing, and it was just as successful as practicing if they were physically practicing. Now here's the thing though, if you're trying to do a visualization and you're not capable of focusing, then you're going to be in the middle of your visualization. You're going to be visualizing your goal, and then all of a sudden, you start thinking about dinner. You start thinking about, this other situation that happened. You start thinking about the list of all the things that you have to do, the groceries that you have to go buy, etc. When you meditate, you're able to clear your mind. So having a meditation practice can help you have that clear mind, so that when you go into your visualization process, you're now able to focus on what you're visualizing. It helps with that part of it, and then it also helps with taking action as well. So you're taking action, when you're taking action, you want to maintain your focus so that you continue to take the positive action that you want to see in yourself, and not the old action that was not working for you, not the old patterns, not the old habits that you used to have that weren't working for you. Now you want to focus in on your new habits. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water a day. Make sure you're meditating, in the morning or in the evening, at least once a day. Maybe in the middle of the afternoon to kind of take a break. Make sure you're doing the things that are going to benefit you, to help you to be the new you. All right, so that wraps up focus. Next time is the 7th video, so it's going to be the 7th key. So I look forward to you joining me for that. If it's already been filmed, it's in the link below. All right, and as always, choose love in all that you do. Mahalo. So saying